There are things a woman can say that sound small on the surface, but they carry a heavy truth. These words don't just reveal her mood in the moment, they reveal how she truly sees you. And if you don't catch them early, they'll destroy the respect, the connection, and the love you thought was real. Welcome to Psychology Insight. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the kind of truths most men never hear. Now let's get into the 5 phrases that mean it's time to walk away before she drains your energy and your worth. 1. You're too sensitive. This phrase looks harmless when you first hear it. She might even laugh while saying it. But don't get fooled by the tone, because the meaning behind it is much heavier. When a woman tells you, you're too sensitive, what she's really saying is, your feelings don't matter here. She's dismissing your emotions instead of addressing the issue you brought up. Let's picture this. You've been waiting at a restaurant for her for 40 minutes. You texted, you called, no reply. Finally, she shows up, smiling, acting like nothing happened. You calmly tell her, "Hey, I don't like being kept waiting like that." And instead of apologizing, she smirks and says, "Wow, you're too sensitive. It's not a big deal." Now think about it. That's not just a playful jab. That's her dodging accountability. Instead of owning up to being disrespectful, she's pushing the blame back on you. And this is how the cycle starts. The more she says it, the more you'll begin to second-guess yourself. You'll hesitate to speak up because you don't want to look weak or needy. Slowly, you'll start silencing your own feelings. That's how a man loses his voice in a relationship. In psychology, this tactic works because it plays on insecurity. Nobody wants to be seen as overly emotional. So when she labels you too sensitive, you pull back, trying to prove you're tougher than you really feel. But in doing so, you're teaching her that she can cross your boundaries without consequence. A healthy woman, one who respects you, won't throw this line at you. She'll at least acknowledge how you feel, even if she disagrees. She'll listen and maybe explain her side. But the moment she brushes you off with, "You're too sensitive," she's showing you she doesn't value your emotions. Men, hear me clearly. If a woman repeatedly uses this phrase, you are not in a safe relationship. You're in a one-sided power game where your feelings are used against you. And if you keep ignoring it, you'll lose respect not only from her, but also from yourself. Sometimes the strongest move you can make is not to argue, not to defend, but to walk away. 2. You should be more like. Few things cut deeper than being compared to another man. Whether it's her ex, her coworker, or even some random celebrity, when she says you should be more like him, she's not trying to motivate you. She's telling you that in her eyes, you're not enough. Let's be real. Women know comparisons sting. They know it gets under your skin. Sometimes they say it unconsciously, but many times it's calculated. It's meant to shake you. It's meant to make you feel like you have to prove yourself to her. And the dangerous part is, most men fall for it. Say you've been working long hours, exhausted, barely time for the gym. One night she casually says, "James from my office never skips a workout. He always looks so energetic. Maybe you should be more like him." On the surface, it sounds harmless, but deep down it's poison. Because what she really said was, "You're not good enough as you are. Another man is doing it better." The damage this causes isn't instant, but it builds. That seed of insecurity grows. Suddenly, you're not living for yourself anymore. You're living to chase her approval. You start bending, changing, molding yourself into what you think she wants. And here's the twist. The more you change to meet her comparisons, the less attractive you actually become. Why? Because she was drawn to your authentic self, not some copy of another guy. The truth is, attraction dies the moment you stop being yourself. And nothing kills respect faster than a man who's constantly competing with shadows of other men. A woman who truly values you doesn't put you in competition. She supports you, yes. She might encourage growth, yes. But she'll never belittle you by putting someone else above you. If she does, understand what she's saying between the lines. You're not the prize anymore. Someone else is. When that starts, it's not your job to win her back. It's your job to walk away with your dignity. 3. I don't need you. At first, this phrase sounds like independence. And independence is a good thing, right? Sure. But let's not pretend. When a woman looks you in the eyes and says, "I don't need you," inside a relationship, she's not celebrating her strength. She's reminding you that you're replaceable. Think of it this way. Every healthy relationship is built on 2 whole people who choose each other. But choice is different from dismissal. When she says, "I don't need you," it shifts the balance. It makes everything you bring to the table, your effort, your support, your loyalty, feel meaningless. You show up for her, you help her, you make sacrifices. But her words say, "I could live fine without you." Over time, that doesn't just sting, it drains you. You start questioning why you're giving so much to someone who doesn't even seem to care. And eventually, you stop giving altogether. Now don't confuse this with normal independence. A healthy woman can say, "I can stand on my own, but I value what you bring into my life." That's different. but I don't need you? That's detachment. That's her way of saying, you don't matter as much as you think. Men, you can always feel the difference. You can sense when a woman truly appreciates you versus when she's reminding you she could drop you tomorrow and be fine. Don't ignore that gut feeling, because if she's constantly throwing this line, it's not strength, it's disrespect. And you deserve better than being treated like an option. So when you hear those words, don't beg for her validation. Don't try to prove your worth. Take your pride and walk. 4. If you loved me, you would. This one's sneaky. It doesn't sound harsh. It doesn't sound disrespectful. In fact, it sounds romantic on the surface, but underneath, it's manipulation at its finest. When she says, if you loved me, you would do this for me, she's not making a request. She's boxing you in. She's turning love into a test you can only pass by giving up your own boundaries. Too many men fall for this. She says it, and instantly you feel pressure. You don't want her to think you don't love her, so you give in. You spend money you don't have. You do things you're not comfortable with. You bend and bend until you barely recognize yourself. But here's the trap. Once she learns this works, it becomes her favorite tool. Anytime she wants something, she'll use it. And each time you cave, you're teaching her that your boundaries are flexible if she questions your love. That's not love. That's control. Real love is shown through consistent action. Action you choose, not action forced through guilt. If she's weaponizing your love against you, she's not respecting you. She's manipulating you. So the next time you hear, if you loved me, you would, pause. Ask yourself, is this really about love? Or is it just emotional blackmail dressed up in sweet words? Because the difference between the two will decide whether you keep your dignity or lose it, piece by piece. 5. You're lucky to have me. This one sounds playful when it comes out of her mouth, like she's joking, but trust me, it's not a joke, it's positioning. When a woman says, you're lucky to have me, she's setting the tone that she's the prize, and you're just the fortunate one who got picked. And that's dangerous because it flips the whole balance of the relationship. Suddenly, instead of mutual respect, you're chasing her validation. You're working harder to prove you deserve her, while she sits back like she's doing you a favor by staying. That's not partnership, that's pedestal building. In the beginning, you might laugh it off. You might even agree playfully, but over time it starts to sink into your mind, and without realizing it, you start acting like she's above you. That's when you begin overgiving, overpleasing, and losing the natural confidence that attracted her in the first place. The truth is, healthy love never sounds like that. Real love makes both people feel lucky to have each other, not one above the other. If she truly values you, she won't need to remind you. You'll just feel it through the way she treats you. So when a woman repeatedly tells you, you're lucky to have me, she's showing you she doesn't see you as her equal. She sees you as beneath her. And the more you accept that role, the less respect she'll have for you. Men, the moment you realize she's putting herself above you like that, don't argue, don't beg, don't try to prove your worth. Stand tall and walk away. Because the truth is, she's the one who was lucky to have you. And the second she forgets that, she's not worth holding on to. Here's the part that's gonna sting a little, but you need to hear it. Relationships don't fall apart overnight. They don't explode in one single fight or one single mistake. They erode, slowly, piece by piece. And often, the first cracks show up in the words that are spoken. Not in her actions at first, not in the dramatic moments, but in the subtle things she tells you. Phrases like, you're too sensitive, or you should be more like him, don't look like much on the surface. People might even laugh them off, but deep down, they carry weight. They reveal how she sees you, how much she respects you, and where her heart really is. Words are never random. They come from thought, and thought reveals truth. When a woman starts speaking these phrases, it's not just banter. It's her subconscious telling you, I don't value you the way I should. And if you ignore it, if you keep pretending it's harmless, you're not just risking a fight. You're risking years of your life being wasted on someone who doesn't truly see your worth. Gentlemen, here's the cold truth. Love can exist without respect, but it won't last. A woman can love you and still leave you, but she will never leave a man she truly respects. So when you hear these phrases, you're too sensitive, you should be more like, I don't need you. If you love me, you would. You're lucky to have me. Don't brush them off. Don't make excuses. Those aren't little slips. They're warnings, and they mean it's over before it even looks over. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a woman say one of these to you? What did you do? Drop your story in the comments below, because your experience might be the one that saves another man from wasting years of his life. And don't forget, my next video is going to break down the secret psychological tests women use to measure a man's strength without him even realizing it. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. So hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.